I think I might be the queen of planners. I have purchased a planner pretty much every single year, sometimes every 6 months. It's because I'm obsessed, and it has gotten out of control as the years have gone by. But the real reason why I love them is because I love the feeling that I get when I am setting my goals and writing down how I'm going to achieve them, right? If you're like me, then you love a to-do list. The feeling of checking off a to-do list when you've accomplished something worthy. But one of the things that I realized is that there was a disconnect. So for instance, we go into the new year with this renewed sense of, purpose, and we're excited. But the truth is, as you get down springtime, summertime, it's like your goals are kind of this cloud where some of them are a little bit more prominent than others. This one, you're like, okay, I did do that, but I didn't do this one. And not exactly sure if I even want to do that one anymore. And this one's taking a little time. It's kind of like everything moves around. You don't really have much control, and you kind of lose that excitement. And so I've always felt like there was a disconnect. And I was like, I really want to do this differently. And that is when I discovered the 12-week year. Now, if you're on YouTube, then chances are you have seen the tons of videos about the 12-week year, and you've probably read it yourself. And I think the best part about it for me is that it allowed me to see that there was a different way of setting goals. There was a different way of accomplishing goals, and something that felt closer to my own tendencies and my personality. I truly believe that there is no system that is perfect for you out of the box, right? Everything has to be tweaked and customized. And I customized the 12-week year so much and made it into my own personal thing. Not only did it completely change my life last year, it also sparked me into making this planner that I was using for myself. Now I'm making it for others. Hi, I'm Iverly. If you're new here, thank you for being here and welcome to my channel. We're getting into the process that I made based off of the 12-week year. And I'm really excited about it because I've seen so many changes in my life since doing this process. So this video is going to introduce you to the quarterly compass planner. I designed it myself, and I've been using this process for quite a while. I'm going to take you through the steps so you can try it out for yourself. The very first step you want to take is to create your vision. Now, you've probably done this a million times before, but this time I want you to just kind of let go, release all of your limiting beliefs and thoughts, and just kind of go wild on the paper. Start thinking about, what do I want my life to feel like? Who do I want to be around? What do I want to look like? What do I eat? Where do I go? What do I do for work? What is my purpose? What do I do for entertainment? Just really scribble. Like, it doesn't have to be perfect. I would prefer that it's not. Just kind of visualize what you want it to be and put it down on paper, and allow the feeling of what that life would look like seep into you. Allow it to be something that's living, breathing, that you can step into when you close your eyes, and you know what it feels like to be that version of yourself in that version of your life. The next step is doing a wheel of life. Now, you may have done this many times before, but if you haven't, I'm going to show you how to do it. So on a wheel of life, there are all these different categories: families, relationship, health and fitness. And you go through and you go from 1 to 10, and you make a mark on your satisfaction level in that area. Once you've made a mark around your entire wheel of life, that shape is going to create a very clear picture for you on what areas of your life need the most intention and the most attention. So once you've got this shape, I want you to sit with it for a second and really think to yourself, which of these areas do I need to stop the bleeding? And kind of go through and think about, what is it in your life that's really, really like a red alert? And then there's some areas where they might not be terrible, but you just want them to be a little bit better. I want you to use the next page called the Wheel of Life Intentions. And that's where you're going to write down, how do you intend to improve this area? What do you feel needs to be done? What intentions are you setting to make this area feel better for you? What would make it a 10? Now it's time to set your goals. So I recommend putting all the goals that you think you may have on this page, right? Doesn't mean that we're going to accomplish them in 12 weeks, but you want to have a clear vision of what needs to happen so that you can get to that future vision of yourself. So you write down all of your goals. These are the big ones that you have that you don't know when they'll be accomplished, but you know this is where you want to get. Now you take those goals And when you have all of them ready to go, you know exactly what you're doing, you want to make sure that these are actionable goals and goals that you can actually control. So what I mean by that is if you set a goal to have 100,000 YouTube followers, there is nothing that you can do to guarantee that that will be the outcome. But the thing is, you can say, I'm going to release a video a week, or I'm going to release a video a day. That is an action-oriented goal. So therefore, you can say, I will set the goal to release this video on that day to get to that 100,000 mark. But the thing is, there's no way to control that goal. All you can do is control your output. So you've got your goals here, and now it's time to brainstorm what you want to do in the next quarter. So you have a big picture here. You've got your future self. You've got where you are now. You've got the big, huge goals that you want to accomplish. What are the next steps you need to take in the next quarter? Spend some time on this section and look at it and decide what is the most important for you. Because out of this list of things and out of the goals that you have set, you're going to pick 3 bigger goals and then some sub goals that are just like a one-time thing, renew a driver's license or, attend a ballet or something like that. It's okay to have side goals. However, your 3 big ones are the ones that you're going to focus on for the next 12 weeks. Next up, now you've got your 3 goals. It's time to break them down. Sometimes I think when we set goals, we are excited to accomplish them, but we aren't really sure about everything that it will take to make them happen. So if you haven't done the research on a particular goal, let's just say you want to get licensed for something. What does it take to get the education you need for the certification or whatever it may be? You want to make sure that this is where you have that information. Break all of your goals down by what they are going to require. Breaking your goal down prevents you from having to change course in the middle of your 12-week sprint. Step 6, now it's time to bring your action items to life. So now you've got a bunch of action items. You know what you're going to be working on. Now you have a 12-week overview. So this 12-week overview gives you all of your weeks, and it says, okay, start picking these things that you said you were going to do, action items, and start sticking them into the weeks. If you know this one is going to have to get done first, you put that first. Now, mind you, this can be started at any time. You don't have to say, oh, I can't do this unless it's the beginning of the year. You can start a 12-week plan at any point. Trust me, I've done it. I've had to change course or do something different or decide that I didn't want one of my goals and I had to recalibrate. That is what a compass will do. Who you want to become isn't going to change in this process. What's going to change is how you get there, what becomes more priority, what becomes an emergency, or what becomes not that important to you anymore. Those things will always change. Life is full of changes, but in order to make sure that those life changes don't completely derail you from getting to where you want to be, you want to use a compass. And this planner is that for me. So now that you have all your 12 weeks, you've got your action items in there, everything's ready to go. Now you start putting real dates in there as far as, your birthday or, a trip that you have planned or whatever it may be. Make these action items start merging with your real life, because in reality, just saying, oh, I'll get to this or I'll get to that because I want to achieve a goal, you're not going to get anywhere. You have to marry them with your real life. Next up is scheduling week by week. So when I start planning my week, I automatically go into it with looking at the week and then saying, what are my compass tasks? So you want to list your compass tasks first, because once you fill your week with your compass tasks and then you fill your week with everything else that you need to do, now it starts to become more real. That goal that you're trying to get to is now being woven into the everyday reality of your life. Now you know this is how you need to plan out your week. The goal is to make sure that all of your compass tasks are happening within that week that you specified. One day you might be off. You're just having a bad day, and that's totally fine. The key is to make sure that your tasks are done in the week that you plan them to be. So when you go into your week planner, the entire thing is color coded. So there's different colors for each week to kind of keep you on track and to remember where you are. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all the way out to the rest of the week, you're able to write your compass tasks in. Let's just say you had 3 compass tasks for that day. You can write 3 out of 3 or 1 out of 3. The very bottom, you're always going to get a new affirmation, because I feel very strongly about affirming yourself. When you're starting a process of trying to achieve a goal, it is not easy. And I feel like affirming yourself and just having little reminders that you're on the right track and you're strong and you're doing everything that you can to get to where you want to go, you should feel proud of yourself. And that's why I include affirmations in everything that I do. The most important thing to remember throughout this whole process is to sit down at your planner every morning. Even if things have gotten haywire. For me personally, in my life, sometimes things get crazy and I'm like, damn, what was I supposed to be doing Tuesday? Like, it gets a little wild sometimes. But the only commitment that you need to make to yourself is that you'll get to your planner and recalibrate. Get back to who you said you were trying to become. When you get to the end of the week, one of the best practices that you can start is reviewing your week and saying, what did I do well? What can I improve? What did I accomplish towards each one of my goals? Revisit those goals at the end of the week. Take a look at them and be like, did I take any steps forward? How did I feel about this goal? Did it feel overwhelming this week? Really be honest and get in touch with how you interacted with the concept of this particular goal that week. I put a questionnaire at the end of every week so that you can examine those things and help you to make better decisions for the next week that you're planning. I'm going to be talking a lot more about the planner, different ways that I use it, how it's helped me, and just different little tweaks that you can make to make the planner work for you. Of course, it's paper and digital if you want to print it out, or if you want to use it on an iPad. There's 2 versions that you get when you purchase it. I truly believe your planning system has to feel like memory foam. Like, it has to feel like a really good fit for you, and it's something that you're like, it's challenging, it holds me accountable, but it also feels like me, and it goes along with my personality. If you want to purchase the planner, there is a link in the description, as well as a link for you to get sample pages if you want to just try the planner out. Hope you will be back soon. I'll talk to you later. Bye.